Pfeiffer Hobby Supply once again. I'm going to try and wrap this one up. This will be video 31. Once again, I'm going to change the, well, you guys probably already saw it by the time you see this portion of the video. But I decided to change the colors on the lettering on the intro every 10 videos. So we're going to put a new color. There will be a new color up there. I'll choose something. And as I said, you've already seen it. But I hope you enjoy getting into this one. I'm finding that it doesn't, you know, I've had people complaining that I tell them to like and subscribe. And what I'm going to tell you in this video is, I don't care if you like and subscribe. If you don't like and subscribe and I start losing people, I'll just quit making videos, or I'll make them all private. For me, I make them for me anyway. So I hope you guys can make me some money on the advertising. Go look at some of the items and stuff and that sort of thing. But do whatever else you want to do. And nobody's going looking at the vintage page, so I'm going to give up telling you about that. If you find it, you find it. If you don't find it, you don't find it. I know I sound bitter in this, but I'm tired of saying it every time, and nobody does any of it. You know, so it's just the way it is. And since I don't make any money at it, I don't have any trouble making all this private. So we'll see how it goes. You guys give me your comments. I know there's diehard guys out there that love what I do and love looking at the videos and stuff. But it's not really you guys I'm talking to. Because what I'll do if I go private is I'll just make everybody pay to look at it. And then if you're a diehard, you can pay and look at them. You know, I don't know what to do. I'm kind of ranting on here. I'm not, as I've always said, I'm not too interested in making money off of you guys, but I do like making money off of advertisers, especially since I let them be on my videos. So anyways, that's enough of that. And if you're one of those people that whines about me saying like and subscribe, which I'm not going to do anymore, don't worry about it. But if that's what you look for in every video, maybe you should find something else to do at night. But anyways, let's get on with 31. Okay, everybody. I started out today by painting with the chocolate brown the rails, the track, basically all the way around to there. And surprisingly, it took very little paint to paint that. So what I've done to use it up is I started right about here on that track, went around, went underneath there, around to where you can barely see it, if not even see it. Then I had enough to keep on going this way, so I moved the train, went on up that way, all the way over to where it goes behind the mountain. I still had some left, so I started right over here, and I went this way. Got over to about there, ran out, put some more in, and went on down that way, all the way, sorry for my stuff, all the way down here and around the corner into the tunnel over there. So then I had some left, and I came down this way. And it doesn't look very well painted on the camera here, it looks like, when I'm photographing this, but believe me, it looks good here, and it's going to look good when it gets the ballast on it. Although, I ran out and I forgot to do that, but I'll get that later. I'll get it when I decide to do the whole yard here. And of course I didn't do this over here, but I wasn't prepared to try and use up a bunch of paint that I had mixed up. Let me show you something here too. That's about 50% of the exposed track here, and I used this Vallejo, and this is Marin chocolate, whatever that is, chocolate brown. I would say that I used about half of that bottle, and I have 2 bottles of it, so I have more than enough to finish up the rest of the track out here. I took a tip from the guys online, the model car guys. I did not use any of the retarder, but I used distilled water to thin it out, and doing it 50-50, oh my gosh, it sprays like a dream. And I have a heck of a time with a spray brush, with an airbrush, airbrush, but it went well, and I like it. Now what I'll have to do, I suppose, is ballast some of that up on top to see if I like the ballast. Okay, everybody, once again, I have the layout cleaned off because I want to do some track painting. As Gavin and I discussed, I moved this switch back from over there, right there where that joint is, back to here for the engine facility to go down that way. I have to cut this track, or I have to disconnect this right here, cut this track back, put another turnout here for the junkyard. Or I'm sorry, do I have that backwards? The engine facility, I'm sorry, I have it backwards. The engine facility down here and the junkyard over there. It's going to work out. But anyway, I want to do some track painting. And I'm going to try and get up to the yard and maybe the yard leads painted. And I think I mentioned to you that I missed some spots, like down in there. And there's some spots that are real thin too. But I had to get all the junk out of the way to paint any track, and I want to get the track painted back there along where the city area is. But here's this area cleaned off. Well, gang, I was finally able to coax my helper by laying on the floor into the train room. She's been in here a couple times and walked around a little bit, but she usually gets scared. But I got her in here, and I've been putting down some track and doing all kinds of stuff, and she's just been laying there. But I don't know if she'll stick around or not, but it looks like she's on her way out. She's probably going to a cool spot in the bushes or something out there, but I was kind of surprised. I was in here soldering, cutting track, making all kinds of noise, and she laid right there. So she's kind of getting used to it. We'll see how it goes. Alrighty, so this is what I've come up with. There was just entirely, as I said, there was entirely too many turnouts going in, and it left no space for any track. So you can see what we have here. We have room to park a locomotive or two on that back track. The one goes through the engine house or shed, and the other one goes on the outside underneath the canopy. Then we have this track in the front that will go for water and coal, and then there will be diesel applications here in this spot. And it all comes back to one central point. And as you notice, I put a piece of track in there so that will go down to ground level. And you can see that I'll have to just shim it up a little bit just to make it work right. Now, if I turn around here, you'll see all my junk. You'll see that's my awl that I use to plant all my trees and make any kind of little holes. This will be a small turnout that will go in there. And then off of that small turnout will be, I think, that curved turnout with a little piece of track in it. And those will be the 2 tracks that will go into the junkyard. And the junkyard is likely to extend way back there because I can make the junkyard any shape. So it's likely that those 2 turnouts will be there. I'll be able to retain my 2 maintenance away tracks with that configuration. It'll leave some room right here in the middle for something, probably not train related, but something. Well, the offices and stuff for the railroad will probably be in this area from that line or that joint in the plywood over towards where the locomotives are parked. That will probably be all Santa Fe or Albuquerque, Carnuel, and Tijeras property. And I don't know how much of that will encroach down this way, but we'll see. We'll see. I suppose I could put a turnout facing the other direction back off of that there curved turnout and come back to some other industry back here, but that remains to be seen. I'll think about that as I go. But I am confident that from right about here, that way, that's how everything is going to be. And you see that we have a filling track for fuel and an outgoing track for empties over there. There is room to probably park something over there that you just wanted to get rid of for a short period of time. But anyway, that is definitely how that's going to work. Now, this track right here is not soldered. I will likely do that tonight. I have to cut ties off the track where it goes through the engine house there, and I haven't actually gotten to that yet. So, and I probably won't until I paint track. Once I get that track approximately where it goes, I'll mark it for the cutting of the ties and probably cut the ties. Then I will come back, lay that track down there, make sure the building fits, come back and lay that track down there, and then spray that. Then that's the whole object behind trying to get all this track in here, is so that I can use the airbrush on the track and come back and do some more painting. So I believe that's going to wrap it up for this video, and I hope you enjoyed it. Okay, everybody, that's all I have to offer you on this one. So I hope you enjoyed what's going on here. For those of you who are my regular guys and hang out. So anyways, I'm done ranting. So I hope you enjoyed this one. I'll see you on the next one. And for those of you who are here, thanks for watching.